Hey, I just got back from vacation, so it's been a minute since I recorded one of these reviews. Now, if you couldn't tell from my fun and festive hat, I just got back from a cruise, and I thought at the time it would be really fun and hilarious to record a review of Last Voyage of the Demeter on the ship in a rainstorm, which I did. And of course, because I'm an idiot, the audio got all messed up, so now I'm just going to record it in my own house. For those that aren't aware, Last Voyage of the Demeter is an adaptation of Dracula, but specifically of the chapters of Dracula where he is on a boat being transported to London via sea. Aside from, I think it's kind of cool and unique premise, I was mostly interested in this movie because I really like the director Andre Overdahl's last film, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This film, though, to me feels like it's basically a prestige version of a kind of classic 80s slasher. In fact, a movie I would compare it to most is probably Jason Takes Manhattan. Just like that film, you've got one of the most iconic horror killers of all time slowly heading on a boat for a very big city. Like any good slasher, he slowly picks off all his victims one by one until they start to realize what is really going on and begin to fight back. Typically, I'm not always the biggest fan of your more traditional slasher films. I think they lack a lot of interesting character developments, plot that makes a lot of sense. But like I said, this was in no way your typical slasher film. And there's some benefits to that prestige stuff. I do feel like the movie gives its characters a little more weight and depth, particularly the main character and the captain. And at times it did feel very creepy in a way that slasher films usually don't for me. And it really does utilize that R rating that it has. There's one scene in particular where a character who I thought had no chance of dying goes out in an absolutely brutal manner. But I think there's some drawbacks to that prestige stuff. The movie does feel a little bit overlong, like it's trying to hit that 2-hour mark when it should be a clean hour and 30. And the ending kind of devolves into your typical slasher, final girl type scenario. Honestly, I think this movie would probably be doing a lot better if it was released close to Halloween. This is really a spooky season kind of movie. Putting it out in August made zero sense. If you are a big fan of slashers or horror films in general, I'd say check it out. If you're not, I'd say skip it. If you're on the fence and you're someone like me who likes a little more prestige-y horror stuff, I would recommend talk to me first and then come back to this one after you've seen that. Thanks for listening, everyone. This has been MicroDose. I'm Derick McDuff, the host of the Underrated Podcast. Hope you come back for more.